And we are back here in the fourth quarter in Arthur, where Arthur Lovington has the lead, 34-0. And as I promised Mr. Girardi here on my right, Jordan Fegan is actually, he plays for Atwood right now, and I believe this is the last year for Atwood basketball before they all combine next year to play as Arthur Lovington Atwood Hammond in basketball. But he is an outstanding basketball player as well.
Shuring going nowhere on that particular play there. One of the few losses of yardage tonight for the Knights.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but a good job by the defensive line of Oakwood, getting up the field and stopping the play in the backfield.
Coach Steele, Shuring, go easy on your son there. That was just that's just a little blurb on the radar screen, if you will.
And they have three backs, two wideouts on either side. Shuring takes the snap. And they run a pitch to the outside, and guess who? Jordan Fegan. And he is going to spin, and what a nice run.
Oh my.
An excellent move. What a fake.
Jordan Fegan on the carry.
And it almost looked like he kind of slowed down here and didn't take it all the way, but with as many big runs as he's had here in the second half, I'm not surprised if he's getting a little winded here and there.
40 yards there from Mr. Fegan on that play. He made 3 or 4 guys miss not too far from the line of scrimmage, and I'll tell you, he creates his running room there. I tell you that.
He's got some excellent feet, good footwork to go and match his speed getting up the field. And it was a good pitch. Let's not discredit Tyler Shuring. It was a good pitch. He held on to it for a while, got the defense to bite on him, and made the correct pitch out to Fegan.
Who has 150 yards on the ground so far.
And a lob pass downfield, through his hands. And he knows he missed that one just by inches.
Cody Siebens, the intended receiver there, he able to shake off a Lotion downfield there. Lotion was covering there. He was able to slip away there, had a yard on him, but almost there. But 150 yards so far for Fegan on the ground. And as far as by way of receiving, he has lots. So
he's done quite a bit here to match Tyler Shuring as the do-it-all guy. And Shuring with the handoff goes up the middle, and he gets popped pretty good, and they hold him to within a yard.
Stephen Wright on the carry.
Stephen Wright there, the ball carrier.
You're starting to see a couple new faces in there, subbed in here and there for Arthur.
Among them, Nathan Rose, number 10.
Of 1 will make it 3rd and 9.
And number 14, Cole Garman there.
And it'll be 3rd and long. Shuring still in at quarterback. Two wideouts to our side of the field and one to the far side of the field towards Oakwood's sideline. And he drops back the pass. He's going for the end zone. He heaves it, and he stops short. The receiver stopped running. Tried to turn back the other way. Incomplete pass.
I guess who it was? It was Fegan, but Kyle Fegan. So Kyle says, hey, I want to get into this scoring column there. Good double coverage there for Oakwood. Number 13, Mr. Parker Lee, who plays quarterback on offense.
When we get a chance
with number 15 there, Denter Lotion there. Covering, so
excellent coverage by Oakwood on the double team.
4th and 9, Luke.
And Arthur's going to go for it here. 2 wideouts, 3 in the backfield. Shuring's going to drop back the pass, and he's going to throw it down the middle again. And Siebens with the catch, and he's in the end zone.
Shuring's pass complete to number 1, Cody Siebens.
How do you get Arthur to get a touchdown pass convert on 4th down? I'll tell you, that's another 4th down conversion pass for a touchdown, and they've hit the 40-point marker there.
And so with 9:33 here left in the fourth quarter, it is now 40-0. Arthur Lovington as Shuring comes in to try the extra point.
And you know, and a couple plays ago, if I'm not mistaken, Luke Johnson, they incomplete pass to Siebens, but no, they stayed with it. They didn't give up on it. They said, you know what, eventually it's going to happen, and sure enough, it did.
And a low line drive will be no good. And yeah, like you said, they tried to throw to Cody Siebens earlier. The ball went right through his hands, and they said, hey, we'll give you another shot to make up for it. And he comes up with a touchdown grab.
50-50 tickets out.
So 40-0 in favor of Arthur Lovington, still with the shutout. It is it's actually a really nice night for football. It's not really warm, it's not really muggy, it's not cold yet either. It's right in the mid-range, and you've been seeing some excellent offense by Arthur, really good exexecution, and Oakwood's had some troubles here, some bad snaps. They haven't been able to get a big play here or there, and those are necessary if you want to be in a ball game.
Indeed, the weather definitely. Last week, I don't know how you and Mark and Celeste and Tim there managed last week there weather-wise, but hey, it resulted in a nice win for Tuscola over Sullivan in week 1 last week by the score of 23-14. And speaking of the Warriors of Tuscola, the next webcast on DouglasCountyDigest.com, it's to be Tuscola against Clinton.
I think that's their homecoming game too, so it'll be a big game for Tuscola. They will come out fired up definitely, as they were denied the playoffs last year.
For the first time in a long time there. 18 years, I believe. And as we tape, the Warriors in Tolono against perennial powerhouse Unity.
And here's the kickoff here by number 3. I think it was the other Fagan. And the referee missed the ball carrier as he tries to reverse field, and the Arthur crowd was saying he was down where he picked up the ball, and I think that's pretty close to where they tackled him in the end. So
sure looked like it.
He got maybe an extra 2 or 3 yards, but it didn't really make too much of a difference on this play.
Too bad the side-to-side yards didn't count, because he went about 15 to 20 yards side to side there, Nick. You said he ended up where he purportedly to down the ball initially there. Maybe maybe a little mercy rule there. Maybe give Oakwood a chance to try to make something, get some yardage out of it. But Arthur Lovington said, no yards for you. Arthur Lovington, Oakwood Heeman, that is.
And it is 8 minutes and 40 seconds left, and it's 40-0. So I believe the no stop of the clock is now in effect. So a continuous clock from here on out, unless Oakwood scores. And a run up the middle gets no gain for Oakwood. And again, props to Oakwood. They've been running a no huddle for most of this game. There have been 1 or 2 times where they huddled up or waited for a play for a while, but for the majority of it,
on this side of the field,
no huddle.
39 Tyler Smith in for Arthur.
And a hand up the middle again. And excuse me, that last run before this one was a gain of 2 yards, and that one's going to be about a gain of 5.
Harachki
again.
On the carry. Tackle made by 64, Trevor Watkins.
Here comes number 76, Alec McDaniel into the lineup, a freshman, 5'9", 270, only a freshman, and he...
And a short 4.
And Coach Schuring is not totally taking his defense out, but he's rotating them in, switching them out slowly. And it looks like a sweep to the far side and a first down for Oakwood.
Wyatt Suiting, 36 in for the Knights.
13, James
Good chance for us to mention their names on DouglasCountyDigest.com.
Carries good for 6 yards and a Comets first down.
We can definitely say that if Arthur's going to look this good and put up this many points every week, it's going to be tough for the teams in the Little Oka to keep pace with Arthur Lovington. Although their tests will be at Cerro Gordo and at Villa Grove in the upcoming schedule, those will be the games for them, as there's a sweep to the far side of the field over by Oakwood's bench for a gain of 8, it looks like, and an excellent run.
Anderson there, the senior there,
Gain of around 7 on the play. Ball spotted at the 29-yard line. 2nd and a long 3.
But I'll tell you, 59 points last week, 40 points so far this week. Wow, that's...
Yeah, you're looking at almost an unstoppable offense for the first 2 weeks of the season, which is really good. Usually, a lot of teams are shaking off the rust. They went all summer without playing a game against anybody else.
Harachki on the carry.
Arthur's offense just looks like it's dialed in.
And what helps too, Luke, the nucleus of the team from last year is here this year with Tyler Schuring, with the Jordan Fagans, the Mitchell Heltons, the Curtis Planks. I know I might be leaving out some names, but a lot of guys there from last year, this year, that they can only get that much stronger.
Oh yeah, the senior leadership and the experience is paying off dividends ginormously, because all the other younger players look up to those guys, and when they see those guys execute and play well, they want to play just like they do.
It's amazing too. Arthur Lovington before last year, only 1 win combined in 2010 and 2011, and man, I tell you, it's
a sweep outside for Oakwood. Sorry. And he slips and gets tackled all in the same motion. Number 6, Jake Guthrie.
Cole Garment will get credit for that tackle there.
Guthrie, excuse me.
Gain of 4.
And Oakwood is continuing to move the ball well on the ground, which they haven't really done a bad job of moving the ball on the ground. They just haven't had that one big bang play to get them into the end zone yet. And they split one receiver to the far side. Man in motion. And the QB keeps it, and he takes off. And he makes a nice move, makes somebody miss. He gets out in the open field. And he's still up and going, and they finally drag him down. A great run by the QB there. Number 13, Parker Lee. Big gain, puts him in Arthur Lovington territory. And first down.
32 yards, they called it on that play there.
Kyle Fagan,
and it looks to be pretty much the B team in for Arthur on defense. I see most of all the starters, I believe, are out now. And there looks like a handoff up the middle. Again for Oakwood, grinding out a few yards here and there. Good job by the defensive front for Arthur, only giving up 2 yards there.
Zach Harachki again on the carry, pick up a 3.
Give him some good chance of playing time there. There's no substitute to regular playing time in a situation like this.
It gives the younger guys experience for later on, for the games that they will be in, and it won't be so fresh to them when they get in later on, or if somebody gets injured, then you have guys that are ready to play.
It's amazing too. It's amazing too, Luke. When they, I'll tell you, when speaking to Schuring on previous occasions, the only 1 win of those 2 seasons combined. Unfortunately, during those times, they weren't blessed with that depth. And now with the additions of Atwood Hammond and also the good players underneath there, so now they got the depth, and that's a coach's best friend indeed. So.
And there's a reverse to the right side. And he's still on his feet. And finally taken down.
Wyatt Suiting.
And it looks like he is inside the 5-yard line, around the 4.5 or so.
Tackled there by number 36, Wyatt Suiting. The Comets will have it 1st and goal to go.
Ricky Davis, number 11, will see action for the Knights.
5-yard line.
He'll line up as a defensive back on this side of the field.
And Oakwood is threatening to score for the first time in this game with just about 2 minutes left in the 4th quarter. QB keeps it. And I do not think he got in on that play, so it'll be 2nd and 2.
Parker Lee on the QB keep. Wrapped up there by Brandon Bontrager and number 11, Ricky Davis.
Under 2 minutes to go, and it's still 40-0.
Goal at the 2.
Time to good goal line stand.
Yep. And I think he fell in on that one, and the signal is yes. Touchdown, Oakwood.
Number 22, Zach Harachki on the carry in for a Comet touchdown.
Zach Harachki scores the first score for Oakwood late here in the fourth quarter with about 1:40 to go.
And the first points for the Comets since week number 7 of last year.
So maybe after getting this touchdown out of the way, they can start to build on that, and their offense can pick up now that their drought is over. And the extra point attempt here is good. So it is 40-7 here with under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Barring a ginormous miracle, I'm pretty sure Arthur's going to take this one. But like we've been saying, Arthur's offense has showed up. Actually, their defense has showed up in the last 2 games as well, only allowing 12 points last week, and so far 7 this week, and putting up 99 total for theirs in the 2 weeks they've had. That's 99-19. That's a pretty good differential there in offense to defense.
You bet. And as we mentioned, their next game will be at Villa Grove Heritage, who defeated Westville in week 1, 46-29. I beg your pardon, Cerro Gordo who had a tough game in week 1, 26-21 against Lena. And Cerro Gordo, they'll be at Cerro Gordo next week, the defending Little Oak Valley Conference champions. So.
And like I said, Cerro Gordo's going to be tough on their home field. That'll definitely be a challenge for Arthur. But I mean, if their offense can execute like they've executed tonight and last week, and they stay close to that perfection line that their coach has them at, they should do real good. And good job by the Arthur kickoff team. One guy falling on the ball wasn't enough. The other 2 fell on top of him to secure him, sealing that ball tight to the ground.
Yes, indeed.
And we will see a new offense here for Arthur for the final minute. And as we said,
your QB now for the night,
it is 40-7 here at the end of the fourth quarter.
Looks like number 10 there. Nathan Rose is going to take the snap, I believe.
And looks like he's going to take a knee. And he does. And under a minute to go here, as we will start to wrap it up. There's 45 seconds left, and good things for Arthur. Arthur's got great momentum here, wiping out their opponents in the first 2 weeks. Nothing to take personally on Oakwood. They need to jumpstart themselves a little bit, maybe pick up a little bit more aggressiveness coming into their next week's schedule when they play Arcola and Hoopston. They've definitely got a decent ground game, it looks like. They did have some nice runs. Just needed a few more explosive offensive plays. They had a couple of turnovers on the defensive end, and Arthur will take away the win, 40-7 here in Arthur. And anything else you'd like to add there, Mr. Girardi?
Well, Mr. Johnson, a nice start there indeed for Arthur. Lovington, Atwood Hammond, they're definitely putting together a nice foundation, trying to make it back into the playoffs. As you mentioned, 99 points as the fireworks go off here at Wilson Field there. I'll tell you right now, the tone was set right off the bat tonight for the Knights. That big 71-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Curtis Plank taking it to the house right off the bat.
And one touchdown.
Then Fagan with a couple of big touchdowns in that first half. Couple of big fourth down catches for touchdowns, and then a huge run there by Fagan as well. Just a total team effort. I'll tell you right now, it looks really good there. It sets them up quite nicely. Well, I'll tell you that, as you mentioned though, let's see how they can do against Cerro Gordo, be meant there. But so far so good for Dale Schuring and company. They could definitely be on their way to their second consecutive playoff appearance.
Definitely see a repeat to the playoffs. And one more time, it was 40-7 here in favor of Arthur in Arthur Lovington for DouglasCountyDigest.com. Thank you.
Thank you.